What is new radio? New radio is
streaming everywhere.
Listen to the show starting each weekday morning at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Lindsay, tell the peoples what's going on with your weekend.
This weekend, this Saturday, 10 to 4 at R. Gregory Jewelers, up to 60% off the whole store.
Okay.
You gotta go.
And that is in Statesville, North Carolina. It's a famous place. Famous jewelry place.
Yep, you might even see me doing a little shopping.
Yeah. Doing a little shopping, a lot of talking.
A lot of talking.
Talking.
Talk.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay. There is a story in Texas that is just out of control as far as someone being obsessed with a lava. And did you saw this, Ricky?
I saw this.
Okay. There's a 36-year-old woman that is accused of doing all this. So let me get that out of the way. She's accused of all of this stuff, so I don't have to keep saying it because she hasn't been found guilty of it yet. But she's accused of marrying her fiance without his knowledge. So what happened? They were together, and they said they were going to get married. They went to the courthouse and they bought an application for a marriage license. So you have to go get that in person and all of that. When they got that, they got into an argument a day later or something, and he decided, I don't want to be in a relationship anymore. He broke up with her. They broke up. And next thing you know, he gets something in the mail that is a full legal marriage license that is signed by a minister, and it is certified by the state of Texas. You are married. And he was, how in the world did this happen? She took that marriage application and convinced a minister to sign off on it, even though the two people are supposed to be there together. I don't know how she did that. Maybe he was old and didn't really, whatever. Or maybe she paid him. Maybe he was a shady minister and she paid him to do it. Either way. Then she went and filed it. The clerk of court stamped it. Done. They're married. He didn't even know. So now she's been arrested and charged with stalking and, scamming and whatever else.
Yeah, forging documents.
Yeah. And now he's stuck. His attorney is saying, not only is he worried about his safety from someone that's this obsessed with him and would do something so underhanded, he's now got to go through such a pain with paperwork and everything. So he's, as far as the courts and all are concerned, he's got to go through with a divorce.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Bless his heart.
He's trying to move on with his life. He's like a single guy. Now he's got to deal with a divorce to a woman that he never married. It's crazy.
Man.
But I wonder why he broke up with her. She seems fantastic.
She does. That's my kind of girl. I want that kind of passion.
You'd be bragging to everybody. If that were you, Riggins, you'd be like, no, of course I have to go through this pain and it's scary and all this stuff, but how much does she love me?
She's obsessed with me. She can't stop thinking about me. I think it's hysterical.
Oh, my God.
I love it. I'm looking for that kind of love, ladies.
Yeah.
Don't stalk me, but...
You're probably looking for that kind of marriage, too, because you really don't have to do much.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you don't try to leave, you're all right.
Yeah.
TJ, Riggins, and Lindsay want to thank you for listening.
Let's go!
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
The TJ and Riggins Show is available to stream every weekday around 7 a.m. Eastern at tjriggins.com. Stream on your phone, on your iPad, in your car, on your laptop at work, or from your smart home devices. And if you can't listen live, that's not a problem. Listen later as a podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Amazon Music, or at tjriggins.com. The Week in Review, Group Therapy, Extra Funny Podcast, the TJ and Jody's House Podcast. So many great things to listen to every day of the week. Listen live or listen later at tjriggins.com. It's easier than ever to enjoy the show. tjriggins.com.
Katie, you know what one of my favorite things about summer is?
What's that, Greg? Greg?
Naps. I bet he was going to say naps.
Right now, earn up to $1,500 in free furniture with the purchase of a mattress sleep system during our Father's Day sale. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show. With TJ, Riggins, Lindsay, Tech D Rob. Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show. Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Excuse me. Hey, Lynn,
Yes.
who is your number one favorite celebrity of all time?
Ooh. I don't know.
Is it Jessica Simpson?
It's okay. It's recently changed
Okay.
because of stuff that I've been finding out.
Okay. Well, who is it?
Why is this for?
No, it's freezing up.
Sorry. It used to be Ryan Reynolds. I would always tell people that, but I don't know anymore.
Okay. Riggins, who's yours?
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray?
Yeah, I think so.
More so than Jimmy Buffett?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you were to come across an empty can that was certified, an empty can from Bill Murray, that he had consumed the beverage in the can, from the can, how much would you pay to have that can?
Ooh, what an interesting question. How much would I pay to have it?
Yeah. Just because Bill Murray drank from it.
It's not going to be much. It's going to be $10 maybe, and I don't know.
What?
Maybe even less, maybe $5.
Well, there are 10 empty cans of Liquid Death iced tea that Ozzy Osbourne drank from, and they're selling them, and they're selling it as Ozzy's DNA. You got Ozzy's DNA, and they cost $450 each, and sold out immediately.
Okay.
So
That's insane.
immediately 10 people paid $450 for an empty can that had Ozzy's lips on it at one time.
Whoa, man.
Now-
Whoa.
Now, I don't know if you remember this, Riggins, but I was joking one time when we were still working at our last radio station. And they had a little stage in there, and musicians would come in and play. And one day they had Jennifer Nettles, the country star, in there. And she sang. And when she left, I noticed that she had left her water bottle on that stage. And I said, oh, this will be funny. And I grabbed it, and I took it into the studio the next day, and I said, I've got, I was being silly. Jennifer Nettles' DNA is on this bottle. Jennifer Nettles herself drank from this bottle. And everybody was laughing. Like, yeah, that's ridiculous and all that. And then now you got psychos paying $450 for a can just because Ozzy's lips were on it.
So you could have sold that, TJ. You could have sold that for hundreds.
Yeah, I mean, Jennifer Nettles is a pretty big deal. She's
Yep.
I could have at least gotten probably $40 for it.
Probably.
At least.
But there's something more sinister about selling a woman's used water bottle rather than a guy's for some reason. I don't know why.
And then now that I think about it, I remember making I'm kissing Jennifer Nettles jokes. I was acting like I on the mouth.
You made it weird.
Yeah.
She is pretty. I would love to.
You would love to
Kiss her.
Oh. She's on the Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. So pretty.
So pretty.
I'm gonna get that bottle back somehow.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh my God.
I love it. This is TJ and Riggins. The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
It's kind of depressing. Apple just kicked off their back to school sale.
Oh.
Feels a little early for that, doesn't it?
Yeah, and
Back to school?
Not only did I hate the first mention of back to school sales and all that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because that's the first sign that you got to go back to school.
Right.
I hated it. I've hated it every year as an adult because I hate it for the kids so much.
Mm-hmm.
You hate it for them.
Yeah.
Even if they're not even that upset about going back to school, you're going to still hate it for them. I love that.
Well, summer just started, I feel like. I mean,
It did.
And I got an email yesterday from Delilah's new kindergarten school to buy school supplies.
Yeah, so
Delilah is her elderly aunt, in case you're not familiar.
She's going to kindergarten.
My sister-in-law said they're going to meet the teachers on June 30th.
What?
Meet the teachers on June
30th?
June 30th. I'm not kidding. So, but they do that like all year. They got that new schedule or whatever, however it works.
But is that private school?
No.
No. Okay. Well, you know what that is then.
I do know what that is. It is a public school.
I know, but it's the government making sure that you don't get too far away from them.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. So they constantly are, don't you forget, we're in charge here.
Yoo-hoo.
You come in here and see us on June 30th. You're going to get 1 month without us, maybe half a month. And then you're going to be right back in here and we're going to remind you, hey, we're the boss.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We're watching you.
Yep.
We're always watching. Always watching.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're interested in this Apple back to school sale, you can get a lot of free stuff like accessories and things like that, AirPods and Apple trackpads and things like that.
When is that and where? Just on the line?
Yeah, just online. I'm sure they're doing it in store as well, but you'll get quicker purchases online.
Because I need some earbuds.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, you can get a free pair if you buy a new MacBook.
It's totally worth it.
It is totally worth it. So, but it is
$2,000 to get a pair of cheap old airline pods.
Exactly. Today's National Watch Day, or as our friends from R. Gregory Jewelers call them, timepieces. Because if you know about watches, you call them timepieces.
Yeah. And then here I am. I ran out of the house without a timepiece today.
Ooh.
That's not me. That's not like I normally am.
Ugh, I don't even want to look at you anymore.
I'm naked.
I know.
You're hardly a man.
I'm not a man.
You're not?
No.
Don't stare at me.
Yeah.
I've got my timepiece right here.
Yeah. If you're a man, you should be wearing a watch.
Yeah, TJ said that for years and years. It's a great thing to have, and it makes you a man wearing a watch.
Do you wear a watch, Riggins?
I don't every day, but I do have a couple watches that I enjoy. Not an Apple Watch, just regular watches.
Yeah, Apple Watches don't count. Any kind of digital watch doesn't count.
Yeah. And I don't have expensive watches. I've got, nice looking watches, but they're not valuable. But I do agree with TJ a lot. And if you want to get a great deal on a watch, you know what? Head over to R. Gregory Jewelers on Saturday. They got this huge sale. They only do once a year from 10 to 4 Eastern in Statesville, North Carolina.
Call it a watch party.
Call it a watch party. That's cute, TJ. I love that. And then people are reacting over the news that Kraft Heinz and General Mills are removing artificial dyes and flavorings over the next 2 years. And people are just wondering about their favorite snacks. Is it going to affect Gushers or Fruit by the Foot or whatever their favorites are, and reacting to it? But it seems like a lot of companies are doing this. They're working towards removing these food dyes. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, it's trendy. So they find out that the food dyes aren't bad for you after all, and then they'll put them back.
We're going to find that out, no doubt about it. So we've got more coming up next.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. Oh, look, our new subscribe button, where you can make sure you're getting the new shows right when they're posted. Find listening options for Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, social media sites, and more. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
Hey, it's TJ, Cozy Earth's #1 influencer. And if you haven't checked out all the fine, luxurious stuff at Cozy Earth, you need to do it ASAP. They have all the things: bedding, bath, furniture, and clothes for the entire family, including stuff for Dad that he would love for Father's Day. So don't be scared off by the price, because you get a 41% discount when you use the code TJ at checkout. So go to tjriggins.com/deals and get that big 41% off everything when you use the code TJ.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Baby, let's
Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show.
I feel terrible. I didn't even check in with TJ over this news that Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox, two of his favorite celebrities, revealed the name of their baby, their daughter, finally.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful name, too. Just what you would expect from them.
The baby's name is Saga Blade Fox Baker. Saga Blade Fox Baker. And the Fox Baker is hyphenated.
Yeah.
So Saga Blade will be her name. That's 2 words.
Have you ever had baked fox?
I've not.
It's delicious.
Is it good? Tender, juicy.
Oh, God.
So do you like that name? He put a bunch of heart on fire emojis after it.
Man, it's just another way that they're determined to screw up as many kids' lives as they can have.
What?
They're just freaks. And I think having those names like that make them feel tough, like Blade.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
It's tough. Yeah, it's like strong. Yeah. I like Blade.
Right.
It's very tough. I dig it.
Mm-hmm.
But Saga
Blade.
But I mean,
I don't get that,
but coming from them, since they're just such, circus freaks,
Circus. What?
Yeah. I mean, they just need to throw a tent out in their yard and charge people admission to come look at them, like they used to do, with the crab claw people and
I got it.
And the dog face boy and whatever else.
Yeah. You don't care for them. Well, it's interesting timing because there's a viral video that blew up this week from a NICU nurse, and she was talking about some of the craziest names she's seen given to babies in the NICU. And she said, we had twins in the NICU, 1 boy, 1 girl. The boy was named Brock Lee, and the girl was Callie Flower.
Oh, that's sweet.
Another person said we had twins in the NICU, Abracadabra and Alakazam. We also had twins named Michael and Lil Michael. The mom threatened to beat up one of the nurses when they laughed. Didn't know she was serious. We had a Cannon and Crystal for twins. Their last name was Ball. So Cannonball and Crystal Ball.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
I work in pediatric dentistry. We have a kid named Sheep. We have...
last name Shearer?
I think so. What about one word, a real true miracle? Real true miracle. That's all one word.
Yeah. I put that up there with the realist.
I think that's a great one. Yeah. Now, here are my favorites. I'm a teacher. We had triplets one year, Lincoln, Mercedes, and Bentley. I thought that was good. But by far, my favorite crazy baby name, this is from a nurse. She said the baby's name was Russell, which isn't bad, obviously, but the middle name was Mania.
Oh, Russellmania.
Oh, Russellmania?
Wow.
Come
like
on.
someone we know's child.
So, do you think it's better, Riggins, to have let's say it's a little boy and his name is Brock Lee, like you mentioned? Or in the case of the people that I knew from Jonesboro, Louisiana, whose son was born, and when they took him home from the hospital, they already had given him a nickname that stuck with him forever, and his name was Tater. So his name was Stephen, but they called him Tater from the moment he was born. From then on. Yeah,
I'd 10 times over prefer Tater. I think that's kind of a cute, I don't know,
Tater?
fun name. Yeah. Especially in the South, like a guy named Tater. That's a great name.
Yeah,
great nickname.
Love that
for sure.
Okay, good.
All right, let's go.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. Make your company part of the new radio explosion. Go to tjriggins.com/explosion. Thank you for joining us. This is TJ and Riggins.
The perfect start to the day.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show.
Just the best.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Okay, Riggins was just talking about these, the MGK and Megan Fox's baby's name. And, the fact that they do a huge unveiling, he announced their baby's name like it's royalty or something. The baby's name's Saga Blade Fox Baker. So, bacon foxes.
Yeah.
So, Lindsay said that when she was having babies, she had names picked out that her husband rejected.
Oh, yeah.
He wouldn't go for it because he said they were weird.
Pretty much all of them. Yeah.
So what are they?
So now listen, I'm going to be 60 years old saying this. If I have a third, I'm going to use one of these. So don't laugh because I like them.
Okay.
Okay. So a girl's Goldie. Y'all know I love Goldie. Goldie Bloom. And he would always say, "What are we having, a golden retriever?" Like, no, that's a dog's name.
Goldie. Well,
Yeah, it kind of is.
I love Goldie.
there's only one Goldie that anybody knows of, I think. It's Goldie Hawn.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't think about her. Oh, yeah. Now that you say that, now I think it's normal.
Thank you. And excuse me, a boy's name. Okay. Blaze, but it's Blaise. Blaze Bloom. Isn't that cute?
Yeah,
He hated
yeah.
it. He said, "You're doing too much. You're doing too much."
That is adorable. If you're part of the Young and the Restless, or
Maybe I
Bold
wanted
and the
it to be.
Beautiful, because Southerners are bad about giving their kids soap opera names,
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
and that's a soap opera name, especially the
Yeah.
different spelling of it. You know, Blaze.
Yeah.
Blaze.
Yeah.
Um,
I also thought, hear me out. I saw it on someone's bracelet one time and I thought, that's so cute. You're going to make fun of this. Boston Bloom.
Boston
Boston. Okay.
for a boy or a girl.
Boy, but
Yeah.
it could go
But
either way, I guess.
yeah, because it depends on the city. Because I know some girls named Brooklyn.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, that's not. A Southern
Fine.
kid running around named Boston.
Man.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
Let's see what it was. You used to freak out, Lindsay, if anybody tried to find out. This was in your 20s. What you were going to name your kid, you wouldn't tell anybody because you didn't want anybody to take that name. Is it one of the
Right.
names that you ended up giving your kids, or was it one of them that Kyle rejected?
No. I wanted Olivia for the longest time, and I told a couple people, and they used it. Now I was way far out from my child days. I was in my early 30s, but I would never tell anybody what I was going to name my kids.
Okay, but Olivia was the one that you used to freak out about. I'm not telling. She wouldn't even tell us. That's why I'm just now asking. I figure it's okay now. She's got 2 kids, and
Yeah.
so why did you not go with that whenever you had your daughter?
Just because, times have changed. Everyone has that now. Everyone used that name, and it was kind of different when I wanted it, but now it's like,
But it's still a great name. If you've got the
Great
name
name.
Olivia, then I think it's special.
and call her Livy or Liv. So cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cute. It's that husband of yours. He just doesn't like anything. He's
don't like
so
anything.
disagreeable. We can't
Yeah.
stand him.
He's the worst.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
The TJ and Riggins Show is available to stream every weekday around 7 a.m. Eastern at tjriggins.com. Stream on your phone, on your iPad, in your car, on your laptop at work, or from your smart home devices. And if you can't listen live, that's not a problem. Listen later as a podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Amazon Music, or at tjriggins.com. The Week in Review, Group Therapy, Extra Funny Podcast, the TJ and Jody's House Podcast. So many great things to listen to every day of the week. Listen live or listen later at tjriggins.com. It's easier than ever to enjoy the show. tjriggins.com.
Hey, it's TJ, and the people at Cozy Earth are thrilled with all the people who have bought that bubble cuddle blanket that I've been promoting. And as you know, I get a special discount for you, the highest discount that any influencer gets, which is 41% off when you use the code TJ at checkout. People are also loving the bamboo bedding and pajamas. A lot of celebrities like those, but that doesn't matter. I like them. I'm the only celebrity you need to worry about. Go to tjriggins.com/deals. Use the code TJ at checkout for that big 41% discount on everything at Cozy Earth.
The TJ Riggins 24/7 Carolina stream is available in the Media Center at tjriggins.com. Sponsored by R. Gregory Jewelers in Statesville. Go to tjriggins.com/diamond. At R. Gregory Jewelers, we speak diamond.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show with TJ, Riggins, Lindsay, Tech D Rob.
Sets the tone for my day.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Let me tell y'all something about Riggins. Riggins loves finding TV commercials from the 80s and sending them to me. And almost like, this was crazy. How could you have let that happen back then? You know, it's almost kind of like that. What is this about?
Yeah.
Now, I was, in my, what do you call it? Formative years in the 80s. But I didn't control everything.
Not yet, anyway.
A man named Ronald Wilson Reagan did, and we was way better off for it. So this morning, Lindsay, he sends me this commercial from the 80s, and there's no mistaking it's from the 80s. I mean, it's crazy. And it's a Taco Bell commercial for a product that they used to have. So everybody on the show loves Taco Bell. And so, Lindsay, I don't know if you're going to be jealous of this because they don't have it anymore and we had it in the 80s, but here you go.
Hello, summer, blazing down, hot and nasty all around. Seafood salad.
Seafood salad.
Green, and all the good stuff in between.
Nothing's cooler than a salad from Taco Bell.
Goodbye, burnout.
So, Lindsay, would you be interested in a seafood salad from Taco Bell?
No, thank you.
I'm gonna throw
And
up.
I want to know what's in that.
Well, it
seafood
showed
salad.
like boiled shrimp going in it, things like that, lettuce. To me, it basically looked like a shrimp salad. I don't know what other seafood was in it.
Yeah, I think it was just mostly shrimp. But they even use the word hot and nasty, and it's like, because it was a summer item.
Yeah, it's hot and nasty, the weather.
Yeah.
So the shrimp salad will cool you off.
Oh,
the
no.
seafood salad.
Something else is going to be hot and
That's
nasty.
exactly what I want when I'm sweating outside is a seafood salad.
Some creamy ranch on it.
Oh, my God.
Now, I didn't know anything about this because we didn't have a Taco Bell in my little town when I was growing up. I didn't get to experience Taco Bell until I went to college.
Do you remember having it for the first time?
Yeah.
Was it mind-blowing?
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was. I said, I've been missing out on it because it was even after I'd already been in college for a year or so, and I just always saw it and I was like, I'm not interested in that.
Really?
And then I met somebody. I met a friend, and he said, "You never had it?" I said, "No." He said, "Let's go right now." So the first thing I ever had was a bean burrito with no onions and one soft taco with no lettuce. And I'd never even had a soft taco.
Oh, you're kidding.
No.
Oh, wow.
I'd only had hard shell tacos at that point. I'm 19.
And that's still your
19.
That's your favorite thing from Taco Bell
From
still.
that moment on, Taco Bell became my favorite fast food.
That is crazy.
I get that.
And that bean burrito used to be 79 cents.
Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They had a menu. It was $59, $79, $99. And there was a country singer named T. Graham Brown that did the commercial. $59, $79, $99. Yeah. And but they had other items that were more than that. But you could really pick the things that weren't going to cost you much back then.
Man.
59 cents. Can you imagine?
Yeah, that's what the tacos were. The soft tacos were 59 cents.
59. Wow.
Dang.
I know. You can get a piece of bubble gum for half a penny.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
TJ Riggins Prime Plus members get all of the shows commercial-free, plus a segment called Extra Funny. All for the low price of $4.99 a month or $54.89 for a 12-month subscription. Sign up at the Media Center at tjriggins.com.
The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
Movie experts are saying I Know What You Did Last Summer is going to be a big hit when it comes out in July. And they brought back Freddie Prinze Jr. They brought back Jennifer Love Hewitt. I mean, it's like my childhood. I'm reliving my childhood right now.
I thought about y'all this morning. Y'all probably excited by that. I never saw the first one.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Because I was grown by then.
Yeah. But it's more about Freddie Prinze Jr. I mean, he doesn't do a lot of stuff, so when he shows up in something, you pay attention. And Jennifer Love Hewitt.
He doesn't age either.
Yeah.
Have
he's
you
still
noticed
good.
he just does not age?
Yeah.
Lindsay, do you know what his dad's name was?
No.
Freddie Prinze Sr.
Oh, duh.
Duh.
Freddie Prinze.
That was not nice, TJ.
Yeah, that if I would have thought longer about that, I would have gotten that one.
Jeff? I don't know.
I don't know. What did his dad do?
He was an actor. He was an actor. He had a show. He was a comedian, and then they gave him a sitcom, and it was called Chico and the Man. Guess which one he played? Right,
The Man?
Chico.
Oh. And it was
And then what was it? He had a catchphrase. Was it "What's happening"? That's what he would say. I think that was his catchphrase. But he ended up committing suicide.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
Did they look alike?
They both look Hispanic. Because you know why? Because they were and are.
Huh. I'm gonna have to look it
I
up.
think Freddie Prinze was Puerto Rican.
I don't know.
I think. Yeah.
I don't know.
It was sad. It was a sad deal.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh, wow.
yeah, so and also you see those 2 stars. It just makes you perk up a little bit.
I think the last thing I saw Freddie Prinze Jr. doing was Boston Legal. He had a recurring role on Boston Legal with William Shatner and James Spader.
He was great in Scooby Doo as well.
Mm-hmm. I always thought that.
Really excellent.
I like him a lot. He's sweet.
For sure.
I like him too.
There's an actor that's in the news, Joel McHale, has admitted that he's had 4 hair transplants.
Yeah, why not?
He says he's vain, and that's why he did it. But he also recommends don't do the strip, the method of hair transplant that involves taking a part of your scalp out and replacing it. He said do the plucking.
Yeah, where they take each hair follicle out separately and then replant it in the front.
Yeah, he said his doctor's in America, not in Turkey, where a lot of guys are going for their hair transplants. But he said, it's just because he's vain.
And the strip causes scarring. The other one doesn't. So if you have the other method and you decide later, I just want to shave my head, you can do it.
Yeah.
Your head won't be all scarred up. But if you're spending that much money on hair transplants, why would you ever shave your head?
Yeah, he says it's $10,000 for each procedure, and he's done it 4 times, so $40,000 on his hair.
Yeah.
That is just wild to me.
Actually, less than I would think, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really expensive.
Procedures these days are crazy.
Yeah, it's an outpatient thing. I mean, I think you go in, they deaden your head, and they do the work, and they have to poke a hole in your head, though, everywhere they're going to put one of those follicles.
Oh, my gosh.
They poke a little, like with a razor blade. And then
Just
they
be
put it back
bald.
in there.
Ow.
Yeah.
And you said good for him. You think that's...
Yeah, he's got the money.
Yeah.
He's in show business. It's a tax write-off for him.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's a work expense.
That's incredible. Mm-hmm. I love hearing
My
about
mommy makeover about to be a tax write-off, honey. Okay.
They're going to say, we only see you from the waist up.
Yeah.
In your closet.
It's perfect.
You can write off half.
We got more next.
More TJ and Riggins coming up. It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. Click the deals button to get all our exclusive best deals anywhere from all of the TJ and Riggins show partners. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
Our friends at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress are having a huge Father's Day sale, and this is where you can save big on outdoor furniture, recliners, reclining furniture, and much more. It's Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress. Go to tjriggins.com/mattress. Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
Their house is painted stark white. Everything is white. They drive 2 huge white Mercedes SUVs. They have 2 Pomeranians, fluffy and white. They have these enormous hydrangeas in front of their house that are these huge white puffballs. You know what hydrangeas are?
Yeah.
The other day I was walking by, and he's outside. He's very tan. He's maybe 120 pounds, thinning hair. He's out there, shirt off, a little bit of a belly, watering his hydrangeas. I said, these are incredible. He goes, I'm so glad someone else noticed their beauty. They're incredible. I was like, they are incredible. He goes, no. They're called Incredible.
Incredible.
Ball. And I went, oh, yeah. And every time you walk by, you hear a loud bird. And I've seen them washing the cage in the driveway. And I can only imagine how big this bird is because it's a huge cage. Yesterday, I'm sitting on my couch. I've got the blinds open. Guess who comes by the window? It is this man. He is on a hoverboard, shirtless. And the guy's 60. He's maybe 60 years old. Super tan, leathery skin, comes flying by on his hoverboard, shirtless, with the bird in his hand. It's a huge parrot, like a red parrot.
Oh, it's not white? I thought you were going to say it was one of those
It wasn't white.
cockatoos
It would make
or
more
whatever.
sense than it was. But this thing is 2 feet tall, and he's holding it in his hands on a hoverboard, maybe 60 years old, just zooming around the neighborhood. I mean,
so
what is going on?
So are they just Romanian, and that's why the guy calls them gypsies? If so, I think that's probably the offensive part. But do they travel in? I mean, do they do that?
I don't know.
It sounds like they put down stakes in the neighborhood. I mean, that's where they live.
I think they've got a lot of money.
Yeah.
They have a beautiful home. But that's just how he refers to them. So I don't know.
I like the Romanian people.
I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure they're great.
Yeah. Now Albanians.
Oh.
I'm just
Don't
kidding.
talk to me about no Albanians.
I'm just kidding. I just always see them being like mobsters in all the movies. You know, the Albanian mob.
Yeah, because we just don't have that many people from those countries, Belarus, Romania, and that kind of thing. So, but yeah, he's cool to me. I like him.
Somebody said they're from somewhere near Europe.
I think so. I think it's somewhere near Europe.
Somewhere over there.
You got to interview him.
I know him. I want to because he seems like a super nice guy.
What's the wife look like?
Never seen her.
Oh, and they both have the same car.
Same
exact
white,
car.
yeah, same white car. And he was driving around in a hot pink tank top the other day, listening to Lil Baby, the rapper.
Nice.
With like windows down. I was like, this dude is a character, man. I love him.
Yeah.
What a pimp.
On a hoverboard at 6 years old. He's writing his own death warrant.
I wish I was 120 pounds with a leathery tan. I would love that.
More TJ and Riggins coming up. Subscribe to all the shows at tjriggins.com and never miss the latest episodes. Thank you for joining us. This is TJ and Riggins. TJ and Riggins. TJ and Riggins. TJ and Riggins.
The perfect start to the day.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show.
Just the best.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
And we have the audio of a woman making I don't know, I guess you'd call this a hot take, a blanket statement, and it will offend a lot of people, probably offend the Riggins. It would probably offend my wife, Joe Dye.
Joe Dye.
Doesn't offend me.
Okay.
But, I mean, it is just pretty out there. Listen.
At the end of the day, you're only left-handed because you want attention. Like, we see you.
Okay.
Yep, and then Lindsay's husband would be offended by that. You're only left-handed because you want the attention. We see you.
It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. We don't bring up that we're left-handed. It's all the right-handed people bringing it up all the time.
That's actually true.
I know.
But I love that kind of take on something. Just simple, to the point.
Yeah.
Because I have one that I came up with yesterday. It hit me that I'm this way. I don't trust men in bow ties. If you're wearing a bow tie with a regular suit, not a tuxedo for a formal event, but if you're putting on a suit and you go in to choose a tie and you put on a bow tie, I'm skeptical of what you're saying to me.
Oh dear.
At all times. I don't trust a bow tie.
Yeah, I see that.
You think they're liars or
just
something about them?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like they're more concerned about being different.
Yes, I agree with
you
that.
know, than they are about truth telling.
You ain't lying. You ain't storying to me, buddy, are you?
Or they are they're trying to make themselves look less of a opposing figure. So you're looking at him, it's just a nice little guy in a cute little bow tie or whatever. Meanwhile, he's telling you to join his cult.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brainwashing you or telling you to go start up a bunch of riots and things.
What?
Yeah. Just to disarm people, I think.
Cult leaders and...
If you're wearing a bow tie, you're either you're more interested in being different than you are truth-telling, which, by the way, is one of the best skills a man can have, truth-telling. Or you're trying to disarm your audience so you can do something sinister with their minds.
You heard it here first, guys.
Yep. You got it.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. Introducing the new Media Center on the TJRiggins.com home screen. The easiest way ever to get everything TJ Riggins all in one place. The new Media Center is the easy way to access everything we do. The radio family asked for it, and now it's here. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
It's been a while since I changed the decor in my house, and I looked around the other day and thought, I need to go to Lily and Grace. So that's just what I did. I went to Lily and Grace, I found new pillows, I found some cute decor, and some rugs. And not only that, they have gifts, they have bedding. You can even design your own pillows and make your own rugs. It's incredible. And if you're confused about which direction to go, Robin, the owner, will even come to your house and guide you with it. So check out Lily and Grace today at Langtree in Mooresville.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show with TJ, Riggins, Lindsay, Tech D Rob.
Sets the tone for my day.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Sometimes the media can just blow things out of proportion, make it sound way worse than it was. There's a situation in Salt Lake City where these two friends got into a little bit of a squabble, and the news is making a big deal out of it. It's already been picked up by the national services and everything. I mean, how many times you got, your best friend, y'all getting a little bit of a squabble?
Yeah.
You don't want to make in the national news. But I guess this one was different because one of the guys attacked the other one with a wooden stake and tried to stab him because he thought he was a werewolf.
Oh.
I mean, details.
Yeah.
Come on.
Sorry about that. Thought you were a werewolf. My bad. My bad.
The attacker was 24-year-old Jose Perez. And the reason he did this makes me think that he might have some mental health quirks. He pulled out the wooden stake, which had a nail in it, and told the guy he was going to stab him in the heart because he was a werewolf. Or if you're really Southern, a werewolf. Not a werewolf, but a werewolf.
Werewolf.
So the guy got away and he wasn't hurt. I guess Jose is really bad at stabbing.
Yeah.
Then Jose stole the guy's backpack and ran off. Not clear why he did that. Maybe to look for other werewolf stuff. He still had the bag when the police caught up with him, and they also found several rocks in his pocket, which he said were in case his werewolf buddy tried to kill him. He's facing charges of aggravated robbery for the backpack. I guess not assault.
Or attempted murder? You're trying to kill him because you think he's a werewolf?
But maybe they're taking that into consideration. Maybe they haven't proven that the guy's not a werewolf.
Ah.
Once they do that, maybe more charges will be filed.
That's a good call.
I hope so.
Do you kill a werewolf with the stake through the heart? I thought that was Dracula's.
I did too. I thought that was a vampire. And a stake through the heart with a nail.
You don't know
what was the nail for?
I don't know.
Is he trying to whomp him with it?
Yeah.
I think you just try to kill it regardless.
Yeah. If that don't work, don't worry. I got a pocket full of rocks. That's a crazy one. You find out somebody's carrying around a pocket full of rocks.
They call me the Hispanic David. You're the werewolf Goliath.
That's nuts, man. That is wild.
What are you going to do, though? If buddy is a werewolf, you got to get rid of him.
You got to kill him.
More TJ and Riggins coming up.
When you subscribe to the show, you get all of our shows right when you open up your podcast apps, YouTube app, or social media. Learn more at tjriggins.com/subscribe.
The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
Just a heads up, the Mega Millions is up to $300 million.
You hear that, neighbors? That old pot is up to $300 million.
$300 million. Cash option, $136 million. The next drawing Friday night. So that is a big one.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
You gonna get it? You're into the lottery tickets now, huh?
I think about getting them a lot.
Do you?
Yeah, every night on my way to work, my other job, when I'm just sitting there going, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
I get on the interstate, big billboard saying what the Powerball and the Mega Millions is up to.
Sure.
Are up to.
Jody watches everything you purchase at the gas station. Would she freak out if you started getting into buying lottery tickets?
No, I mean, if I just buy a couple every week, no.
Well, she freaks out if you buy a Slim Jim. Why wouldn't she?
Well, because she's not. There's no chance of her benefiting from my buying a Slim Jim.
Ah, okay. That's the difference.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Lindsay, do you buy lottery tickets?
I don't.
Does your husband?
I wouldn't even know how to buy one.
I wouldn't either. That's the funny thing. I've never done it, and I wouldn't even know how to do it.
Well, they changed the prices up because it used to be $1. And then you just pay the $1, you got the ticket, and it was now it's like, do you want the $2 one? Do you want to? You know, there's lottery terminology that I don't know, and I don't want to run in there and start throwing. It's like when redneck people start throwing around medicine names. You know, you don't want to be that person. It's like, how do you know so many medications? You know,
Why do you know that?
Right. So when you run in and start throwing out lottery lingo all over the place, it's a certain stigma.
Yeah.
But people get frustrated that work there because what was the one that was really big? This was years ago. I can't remember, but me and my friend Holly, we stood in a line, and when we got up to the front, we said, so how do we do this? And the guy was like, like two little white girls standing here, like, what?
I just always do the quick pick.
Okay.
And then I'll do one quick pick, Powerball, or two, and then they just tell me how much it is.
Yeah.
And then most of the time you got to pay cash, if not all the time.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's why millennials don't play.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
And then today's National Sauntering Day. So wherever you go today, just make sure you do it with a little bit of saunter in your step, whatever that means.
Yeah, I tell people that in stores. They say, can I help you? Instead of saying, I'm just looking, I say, no, I'm just sauntering.
Do you?
I don't even know what that means.
I love that.
More TJ and Riggins coming up.
Let's go.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. The TJ and Riggins Show, Extra Funny, The Week in Review, and all the new and past podcasts. Listen, fast forward, download, and share. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
Table and Twine in Charlotte is ready to help with all your summer adventures, like their new Artisan Picnic Package. It's perfect for your beach and lake days. Ready to eat with no heating or preparation required. Order yours today, tjriggins.com/table-and-twine.
Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show.
Listen everywhere.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
There's a new dating term you need to know about. I think it's a fun one. But there's a screenshot of a Tinder conversation going viral between a man and a woman, young people, and they got into conversations about their favorite food. Because, it prompts you now. They're like, this is how you have conversations with people you don't really know. And they give you, like, little prompts, like, tell them about your favorite food kind of thing, like these little AI bots. And she was talking about her grandmother used to make meatballs with golden raisins in them. That was her favorite thing. And he had that kind of reaction, like he sent the green sick emoji back.
Yeah.
It's like her favorite thing. So she responds, she was like, well, it was my grandmother's recipe. And he responds with, well, your grandma can't cook either, I guess, or something like that. It's just so mean.
God.
Yeah. So I guess that kind of soured the whole relationship. But who's eating meatballs with raisins in them?
I would try it.
Would you?
I would try it too.
I wonder, do you have the sauce with it, or are they just meatballs?
In the screenshot, I didn't Google it, but I'm sure there's a recipe out there. But yeah, it was just talking about the meatballs with raisins and like breadcrumbs, all the normal suspects. Yeah. But,
I bet it'd be good without marinara sauce, but like a sweet, kind of like a Swedish sauce.
Yeah, maybe that's the idea.
Yeah, and I guess I don't see the big deal in it because one of my favorite dishes is prune meatloaf.
Yeah, this is delicious.
It's a delicious, hearty meal, and it keeps you regular.
Yeah, right.
The prunes get things moving.
But you never make fun of someone's grandma.
You're right.
That's off limits.
You're right. I don't know if he was trying to be funny and make her laugh about after insulting her favorite food. I'm not sure what he was thinking there, but that's definitely not a good way to advance in any
You might as
relationship.
well say, that's so terrible. I hope your grandma's dead, so she can't make that anymore.
Oh my God.
You might as well have. It's just rude.
Seriously.
Let that recipe die with her. But there is
what they were saying.
There's a dating term that's out now. It's called caspering. It's like ghosting, but not as severe. So you don't just officially cut somebody off and disappear, but you I think this is way crueler because Casper is like the friendly ghost.
Right, you leave them on the line.
You kind of leave them on the line, and when they ask you about what's wrong or what happened, they just go, "Oh, life is really busy," or they give you some sort of non-confrontational excuse, but the result is the same. The relationship falls apart, and so I just ghost people.
There's nothing friendly about that.
There really isn't. So
I did Caspering before it was called Caspering.
Did you?
Because I could never let them not answer them at all. I felt so bad.
Yeah.
I just made up things.
This is terrible. You gotta cut the ties.
Yeah. Or women can always say, "I'm having some female health issues," which could mean anything.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm devious.
More TJ and Riggins coming up. Where are these huge discounts on great products? The deals page at tjriggins.com.
Check it out.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Yeah.